Hello everybody, today we are going to have a conversation that is so important for every single one of us, for our families and for our communities. It is so important, it matters to every one of us, it matters to our families, for our communities. We are going to talk about dementia. I know that for many, this word brings a sense of fear, a feeling of helplessness. It's a topic often whispered about in hushed tones, shrouded in misunderstanding and myth. For too long, we have allowed old, harmful ideas to cloud our understanding. People have wrongly called it madness. Some even call it a curse. Others blame witchcraft. These ideas cause so much pain and prevent families from seeking the help they desperately need and deserve. Let's clear the air right now and get to the truth of the matter. Dementia is not a moral failing. It is not a spiritual punishment. It is a medical condition, a disease of the brain, plain and simple. So, what is happening inside the brain when someone has dementia? Let's break it down in a way we can all understand. Imagine your brain is like a bustling, vibrant city. A healthy brain has many connections. In dementia, connections reduce and some regions shrink, with billions of brain cells or neurons acting as messengers. These messengers are constantly talking to each other, sending signals that control everything we do, think, and feel. Memories are made and stored. It solves problems. It guides our movements. In a healthy brain, this communication network works beautifully, keeping the city running smoothly, day in and day out. It's an intricate and powerful system that makes you who you are. Dementia is what happens when diseases start to damage these precious brain cells. Think of it as a power outage that starts in one neighborhood of the city and slowly spreads. The connections between the cells weaken. Eventually, the cells themselves begin to die off. As more and more cells are lost, the brain can no longer perform its functions as well as it used to. This damage doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, progressive process that can unfold over many years, often long before any obvious symptoms appear. It is a physical change in the most vital organ of our body. Dementia isn't a single disease. It's an umbrella term, like the word cancer. As we just talked about, not all dementia is the same, and it certainly doesn't always start with forgetting where you put your car keys. While Alzheimer's disease often begins with that classic short-term memory loss, other types can show up in very different ways. For example, a person with frontotemporal dementia might start behaving in ways that are completely out of character. A normally gentle and considerate person might become rude or impulsive. They may become emotionally distant. This can be incredibly confusing and painful for families who may not realize they are witnessing the first signs of a brain disease, not a deliberate change in character. Similarly, someone in the early stages of Lewy body dementia might not have memory problems at all. Instead, they might experience physical symptoms that look a lot like Parkinson's disease. They may develop stiffness, slowed movement, and tremors. They might also have very detailed and realistic hallucinations, seeing people or animals that aren't there. Another person might first struggle with language, having trouble finding the right words or understanding conversations. Knowing that these different signs exist is so powerful because it widens our understanding and helps us spot potential problems that we might otherwise dismiss or misinterpret. Now, let's talk about what causes these diseases to take root. This is where we find our power. Some risk factors, it's true, are beyond our control. Our age is the single biggest one. The risk increases as we get older. Our genetics can also play a role, as some genes can make us more susceptible to developing certain types of dementia. We cannot turn back the clock, and we cannot change the DNA we were born with. Recognizing the early signs of dementia is one of the most loving and proactive things we can do for the people in our lives. These signs are often subtle at first, like quiet whispers that are easy to dismiss. But, listening closely to these whispers can make all the difference. One of the most common signs is memory loss that disrupts daily life. This isn't about forgetting an appointment and remembering it later. It's about repeatedly asking the same questions or forgetting important information you just learned. It's a pattern of forgetfulness that goes beyond the occasional slip-up and starts to cause real problems. Another key area to watch is difficulty with planning or solving problems. For instance, a person who was once a wonderful cook might suddenly struggle to follow a familiar recipe. Someone who always managed the family finances with ease might start having trouble paying bills or making sense of a bank statement. This isn't about making a mistake here or there. It's about a consistent inability to think through steps and carry out a plan. You might also notice someone having a hard time completing familiar tasks at home or at work, like getting lost while driving to a place they have been to 100 times before. Changes in mood and personality can also be a significant early warning sign. A loved one might become unusually confused, suspicious, depressed, fearful, or anxious. They might get easily upset at home, at work, or with friends. Sometimes this can look like a sudden withdrawal from hobbies or social activities they once loved. If you notice a loved one pulling away, losing interest in their passions, or showing uncharacteristic anger or fear, it's worth paying attention. When a diagnosis of dementia comes, it can feel like the world has been turned upside down. The first thing I want you to hear is this: there is still hope and there is help. While it is true that for most types of dementia there is no cure today, this does not mean that nothing can be done. Treatment is about so much more than a pill. Certain medications can help manage some symptoms for a period, perhaps temporarily improving memory or thinking skills. But the true power of care often lies in non-medical approaches that support the person's quality of life. Dignity matters, safety matters. Creating a supportive and structured environment is one of the most effective strategies. A calm and predictable routine can be incredibly reassuring for someone whose inner world feels chaotic. Simple things can make a huge difference. Using large calendars to mark the day, label cabinets clearly, label drawers clearly, keeping keys in the same designated spot, keeping glasses in the same designated spot. The goal is to simplify the environment to reduce confusion and frustration, allowing the person to maintain as much independence as possible. This is an act of love that provides comfort and security. So where do we go from here? We go forward with knowledge, with compassion, and with a plan. We now know that the health of our brain is not left entirely to chance. We have a powerful toolkit of preventative steps. We can start using them today, right now, to build a more resilient brain for the future. It begins with taking care of our heart. Keeping your blood pressure in healthy ranges is one of the best things you can do for your brain. Keeping your blood sugar in healthy ranges is one of the best things you can do for your brain. What is good for the heart is truly good for the head. Let's get our bodies moving. You don't have to run a marathon. Just find a way to move that brings you joy. It could be dancing in your living room, taking a brisk walk with a friend, or gardening in your backyard. Daily physical activity boosts blood flow to the brain and helps grow new connections. And feed your brain with good food, plenty of vegetables. Hello, my name is Dr. Samuel Tettey-Tawiah, and today we are talking about dementia, a condition that affects millions worldwide but is often misunderstood. Dementia is not madness, not witchcraft, and not just part of getting old. It is a medical condition caused by diseases of the brain. And the good news, we can protect ourselves and our loved ones through awareness, early detection, and healthy habits. Medications can sometimes affect cognition. Some drugs interact or worsen symptoms. Always consult your doctor and beware herbal or miracle cures. They may be unproven or interact with prescriptions. There are several types of dementia: Alzheimer's, vascular, Lewy body, and frontotemporal, and risk factors include hypertension, diabetes, smoking, inactivity, and hearing loss. Quick ID tips: watch for memory loss, poor judgment, personality changes, and loss of daily function. Aging alone doesn't cause dementia. Let's act with awareness, seek help early, and build healthy habits, supporting loved ones and reducing risk together. Behavioral support, structured routines, and caregiver guidance are essential.